Hello, I'm John, the creator of Speak British English. In this video, we're going to look at some examples of long vowels in Emma Watson's speech. Listen to this clip.
It's so bizarre and otherworldly what happened to me. It's so bizarre and otherworldly what happened to me.
As you can hear, the word bizarre has two syllables with a long R sound in the second syllable. Listen again.
It's so bizarre and otherworldly what happened to me.
Now listen to this clip.
Bringing groups of people together has been such a balm for me. Bringing groups of people together has been such a balm for me.
As you can hear, the word balm has the same long vowel. Now listen again to both clips.
It's so bizarre and otherworldly what happened to me. Bringing groups of people together has been such a balm for me.
The sound R actually forms a word on its own. Listen to this clip.
Wow.
And I realise it's because there are.
Wow.
And I realise it's because there are.
As you can hear, the word R is pronounced using this long vowel. Now listen again to all the clips.
Wow.
And I realise it's because there are such a balm for me. It's so bizarre and otherworldly what happened to me.
Notice that the word R does not contain an sound, nor does the second syllable of the word bizarre. Note also that the word balm does not contain an sound. Now watch as I demonstrate the words R, balm and bizarre. R, balm, bizarre. R, balm, bizarre. Here are some other examples of Emma using the R sound.
The journey really started when I went to university in the States. You know, I've had to ask, I'm like, am I still your daughter? I love to dance.
Do you ever wish you could just...
Listen to this clip.
Her way of being a feminist, her way of being a feminist.
As you can hear, Emma pronounces the word her with a long vowel sound. However, it's not the same vowel sound as before. Listen as I compare the two vowels. R, R, Here's a similar example.
I wouldn't have maybe heard. I wouldn't have maybe heard.
As you can hear, Emma uses the same long vowel for heard as for her. Listen again to both clips.
Her way of being a feminist, I wouldn't have maybe heard.
Here's another example of the same vowel.
There were adverts that would come on TV. Right. There were adverts that would come on TV. Right.
As you can hear, Emma uses the same vowel sound when saying the word were. Listen again.
There were adverts that would come on TV.
Right. Now watch as I demonstrate this word. Pay close attention to the shape of my mouth at the beginning and at the end. Also, note my tongue position. Were. Were. Here are some more examples of Emma using the vowel.
As long as you're doing the work. And there was one other younger girl, and genuinely turning around with this other person, and where I almost had vertigo. It was the first time I had had a first-hand experience of why does everyone make such a big fuss about turning 30? This is not a big deal.
Listen to this clip.
I've had many days where...
As you can hear, Emma uses the long vowel air for the word where. Listen again.
I've had many days where...
Notice the difference in pronunciation between this word and the word were. Listen again to both clips.
There were adverts that would come on TV.
Right.
I've had many days where...
And now listen as I demonstrate the two words. Where, were, where, were. Here's another example of the air vowel.
Just being so afraid for this child and so scared.
Yeah.
Just being so afraid for this child and so scared.
Yeah.
As you can hear, Emma uses the air vowel in the word scared. Listen again to both clips.
I've had many days where and so scared.
Yeah.
Here's another example.
Compare the sources, compare the validity of the sources, compare the sources, compare the validity of the sources.
As you can hear, Emma uses the air vowel in the word compare. Listen again.
Compare the sources, compare the validity of the sources.
Here's one final example. Listen to how Emma says the word affairs.
We have been involved in foreign affairs. We have been involved in foreign affairs.
Now watch as I demonstrate all 4 words. Where, scared, compare, affairs. Where, scared, compare, affairs. Listen to this clip.
You don't have to marry this man. You don't have to do this. You don't have to marry this man. You don't have to do this.
As you can hear, Emma uses a long ah vowel in the word man. Listen again.
You don't have to marry this man. You don't have to do this.
If you listen carefully, you'll notice that the short ah vowel also occurs here in the words have and marry. Listen again and pay close attention to the difference in length between the vowel in the words have and marry and the vowel in the word man.
You don't have to marry this man. You don't have to do this.
Most pronunciation resources, including dictionaries, don't acknowledge the existence of the long vowel ah. I think the reason for this is that it's not very common and only ever occurs before a voiced consonant sound. Nevertheless, this vowel clearly does exist, as evidenced by this example. Bear in mind that Emma Watson is considered to have excellent pronunciation, so if she uses this vowel, then you should as well. Here's another example.
So I understand how this happened. So I understand how this happened.
Notice the long ah sound in the word understand. Listen again.
So I understand how this happened.
As in the previous example, here the short ah sound also occurs. Listen to Emma's pronunciation of the word happened.
So I understand how this happened.
Now listen as I demonstrate all of these words. Ah, marry. Ah, man. Ah, happened. Ah, understand. Listen to this clip.
Because everyone can see that everyone is the same. Because everyone can see that everyone is the same.
As you can hear, Emma uses a long E sound for the word see. Here's another example.
Halloween is great for me. Halloween is great for me.
Here, Emma uses a long E sound in the word Halloween. Here's one more example.
I also got some useful critical feedback. I also got some useful critical feedback.
Again, Emma uses the long E sound in the word feedback. Listen again to all the clips.
Because everyone can see that everyone is the same. Halloween is great for me. I also got some useful critical feedback.
Now listen to this clip.
That peace is possible. That peace is possible.
Here, Emma uses the E vowel for the word peace. However, if you listen carefully, you'll notice that here the vowel is short. Listen again.
That peace is possible.
Here's a similar example.
Seeking and pursuing. Seeking and pursuing.
As you can hear, Emma uses the E vowel in the first syllable of seeking. However, again, here the vowel is short, not long. Here's one more example.
You know, people that are sharing the I didn't sleep last night either
Yeah.
conversation. You know, people that are sharing the like, I didn't sleep last night either
Yeah.
conversation.
As you can hear, Emma uses the E vowel in the words sleep and people. But again, in these words, the vowel sounds short, not long. Listen again to all the examples.
That peace is possible. Seeking and pursuing, you know, people that are sharing the like, I didn't sleep last night either
Yeah.
conversation.
The reason that the E sound in these words sounds short is because it's followed by unvoiced consonants. In the other words, the vowel is followed by no consonant or by a voiced consonant. Here are some more examples of the E vowel.
But to actually sit in another country and hear your history told differently, but to actually sit in another country and hear your history told differently.
When the E vowel comes at the end of a word in this way, we think of it as a short vowel. If you look in the dictionary, you may see something like this. Notice the symbol at the end looks like this, not like this. Nevertheless, the sound is definitely E and not E. Moreover, many people actually pronounce this vowel quite long when it comes at the end of a word. Emma Watson herself tends to do this. Listen again to the clip and notice how long the E vowels are at the ends of country, history and differently.
But to actually sit in another country and hear your history told differently.
Yes.
Listen to this clip.
More than ever, more than ever.
As you can hear, Emma uses a long or vowel for the word more. Listen again.
More than ever.
Here's another example.
I should be enjoying this more.
Yeah.
I should be enjoying this more.
Yeah.
Although or is a monophthong, it's common for people to pronounce it in a slightly diphthongal way. Watch as I demonstrate. Or. If you listen again to the clip, you'll notice that here Emma pronounces the or vowel slightly diphthongal. Watch again.
I should be enjoying this more.
Yeah.
More than ever.
Now listen to this clip.
Or more war is impossible. Or more war is impossible.
Here, Emma says 3 or words consecutively. Watch again and pay close attention to Emma's mouth shape as she transitions from or to more to war.
Or more war is impossible. Or more war is impossible.
Here's another example.
And I saw the white feminism coming up. And I saw the white feminism coming up.
As you can hear, Emma uses a long or sound in the word saw. Listen again.
And I saw the white feminism coming up.
Here's one more example.
I'm someone's daughter. I'm someone's daughter.
As you can hear, Emma uses the or vowel in the first syllable of daughter. Listen again.
I'm someone's daughter.
Notice the variety of spellings in these words. Now watch as I demonstrate these words. More, war, saw, daughter. Listen to this clip.
If you have not built a home, if you have not built a home.
As you can hear, Emma uses a long oo vowel in the word you. Watch again and pay close attention to the movement of Emma's lips at the end of the word you.
If you.
Here's a similar example. Again, note the way that Emma moves her lips.
And do you want to perpetuate that? And do you want to perpetuate that?
Now watch as I demonstrate these two words. Do, you. The squeezing of the lips at the end of this vowel is crucial for the right sound. It also allows us to connect this vowel to other vowels. Listen to this example.
I'm just as human as you are.
Yeah.
I'm just as insecure as you are. I'm just as human as you are.
Yeah.
I'm just as insecure as you are.
If you listen carefully, you'll notice a w sound between the words you and are. Listen again.
I'm just as human as you are.
Yeah.
I'm just as insecure as you are.
This w sound is really just the end of the oo vowel. Watch as I demonstrate. You are. You are. This effect can also occur between syllables in a single word. Listen again to the clip and pay close attention to the word perpetuate.
And do you want to perpetuate that? To perpetuate that?
If you say the word perpetuate, you'll notice that it has 4 syllables. Watch as I demonstrate. Perpetuate. Perpetuate. Syllables can be defined as vowel sounds separated by consonant sounds. So, if this word has 4 syllables, that means it has 4 vowel sounds separated by 3 consonant sounds. In perpetuate, the first vowel is and the second vowel is e. These vowels are separated by the consonant sound p. The third vowel is oo. This vowel is separated from the previous vowel by the consonant sound ch. The final vowel is a. But how is this vowel separated from the previous vowel? Listen again and see if you can identify the missing consonant sound. Perpetuate. Perpetuate. If you listen carefully, you'll notice a w sound between the third and fourth syllables. Listen again. This time I'll exaggerate. Perpetuate. This w sound is caused by the squeezing of the lips at the end of the oo vowel. Here's another example. Listen to how Emma says the word doing.
But again, I do the exercise I'm doing here with you now. But again, I do the exercise I'm doing here with you now.
If you say the word doing, you'll notice that it has 2 syllables with a w sound between them. Listen as I demonstrate. Doing. Doing. I hope you found this video helpful. If you're serious about improving your pronunciation, follow the link in the description to Speak British English Academy. As a member, you'll have access to a suite of courses covering all aspects of British pronunciation, and you'll be able to join weekly live classes. I look forward to helping you with your accent.